Fiber Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Fiber Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Fiber Finance. We are the future of crypto.
And we are live.
What's up?
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. Kind of threw a little specialty stream here. Figured I was in town here, so had the chance to get together with the man right here, Brian. So
what's going on, everyone? I'm glad that we were able to get together and do an in-person live stream. We're also doing the call in, so I think we'll put the number up on the screen here pretty soon, and you guys can call in if you want to talk about anything at all. You know, preferably crypto related, but you know, mostly, yeah. Let's stick with you know, with the market and the stuff that we typically talk about, but we're generally open to most anything. But yeah, got the intimate couch setting here, you know, and it's the you know, I feel like we're on like
we shout out to HEX Ray Vision and Rags over there. We're doing the lowest of stakes now. So he's doing the mediumest of stakes. We're here now doing the lowest of stakes. So we got all three, the highest, mediumest, and now you got the lowest of stakes coming live from the couch. No green screen, nothing.
That's right. Just straight from the couch, bro. That's all we got right now. You know, crypto, the market has ravaged us. We got nothing left with this couch, bro.
Yeah, let's pull up. Let's see what let's see what we're looking like here in the market. So,
oh man,
on the week here, I mean, it's looking beautiful. I mean, we got just
absolutely
right across the board.
Dude, nothing is doing good. There's nothing. Not a single crypto is the only thing that I looked at recently. And I was surprised because I'm an old like silver bug, right? Because I like that was my favorite asset forever, silver and gold. But you know, I'm broke. I've always been a broke pleb, so silver is my gold, right? Because that's all I could. I could afford like a 2 grams of gold or something. Yeah. You know, if I wanted to buy like a couple of grams, I could do that. But you know, I would love to buy like ounces of silver, like ounce coins, 5-ounce coins, 10-ounce bars, whatever, you know, when I was collecting. That's actually how I ended up getting into HEX, was just because I had bought a bunch of silver, and I don't know, like then I learned about HEX. This was at the end of 2020. I learned about HEX. I started like looking into it. You know, I only knew about the basic cryptos at that point. I knew about Bitcoin and whatever else Coinbase sold pretty much. And like, so I had you know, I was just like collecting silver at this time. I had a pretty good stack saved up, you know, and then like, I don't know how, but I stumbled onto HEX on Twitter somehow. Like somebody I was like following, I guess, was like talked about it or mentioned it or something. I don't know how I stumbled into it, but you know, after doing the research, I decided to get into it, and that's what I did. I took all the silver and I made like a 2 to 3x, I think, on my silver that I had bought. It pumped up like in the year or so after I bought it. Just got lucky, right? And then so I did like a 2 there's like a 2.5x or something like that on silver. Put it all in the HEX and did really well with it. So I mean, obviously now we're back down to, you know, the kind of levels that what are we at? We're at 3 cents right now.
Yeah.
So which, you know, honestly speaking, 3 cents, I'm pretty impressed with HEX holding up at 3 cents in this market right now. Everything is destroyed. And let's not sugarcoat it. Everything is absolutely destroyed in crypto right now. I mean, Bitcoin's under 20K. It's under 18. Is it at 18 or something, right?
Yeah, it was at about 18.
ETH was under 1,000 last I looked.
Yep.
Which is these are major milestone prices that are fucking with people's heads.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like going down under $1,000 Ethereum. Those ETH bros are freaking miserable right now. Bitcoin bros, where are we at? 18.5. I mean, it's piss poor.
It's bad.
It's really bad, and there's a lot of people I'm sure that are just totally giving up on crypto for now, at least.
This is something that I'm trying to keep an eye on here. This is
what you got.
If the Tether, this is going to be right here. I think the final bubble that pops everything, and we're going to drop down probably.
Tether's going to be the last domino to fall to bring the whole market.
It will
crumbling.
Because I was reading a lot about how USDC and the partnership with Circle, they're really shilling it. I saw an interview with Kevin O'Leary. He was on either Stansberry or CNBC, and he said today that someone's got to fail, someone big. There's way too much leverage going on, and he's been hinting at Tether and someone tied to that.
Everybody's been apparently there's some info that's going on in behind the scenes. There's some bombshells that are coming out. That's what I keep hearing. I don't know what they are, but we know that probably Tether's involved.
Yep.
And it's going to be another stable coin, depeg, friggin'. And there's a lot of money into. Look at Tether's number 3 in all of crypto, pretty much at all times. Tether is always in the top 5, and market cap. So clearly, there's a lot of money in it, and we already know it's fractional and it's total BS, and it's really truly not backed. Did you see that little bit of the guy behind? I don't know, one of the main guys in Tether, the interview he did where they were asking him, I was on some morning news or something, and they were like, so you can guarantee that every Tether will always be interchangeable with $1.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And they said, and he was like, well, I can't guarantee any of these. The way he responded was he sounded like, I don't know. He sounded like he was living in a fairy tale. He's like, well, I can't guarantee anything, but I'd like to believe that. That was his actual response. It was I really do believe that.
It's bad. They already paid a huge fine already, and they admitted that they're not backed 1-to-1 with dollars. It's Chinese debt. It's God knows what. So, they're coming down hard. So it's going to be Tether. I mean, Celsius, we all know it's done.
Yeah. Is Mashinsky in hiding, or is he still out there?
Yeah, he canceled the YouTube or AMA.
So he truly is gone.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone ghost mode.
Wow.
I mean, Richard was right. I mean,
he really was right about that shit.
This guy, he has billions of dollars of people's money in their accounts, and they can't withdraw it. And
wow.
And the problem is they took a lot of ETH, they wrapped it, and they loaned it out. And was
that the staked ETH, liquid staked ETH, or whatever?
And they just kept adding more, so it dropped their liquidation price. But now they're at 14,000 for Bitcoin and 800 for ETH. So it's gonna close down to that.
And people are right now dumping it, wanting to get it there. They want to get it there. Specifically,
it's going there.
Think about it. There's definitely people in Circle, in Tether, that are over there shorting everything, trying to dump this shit down to totally liquidate Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want, because then that's another contender will have fallen.
Yep.
And then it will be left with just Tether, USDC, and DAI.
Tether's gonna go. They're gonna make their Bitcoin. Once the price of Bitcoin drops to a certain level, Bitcoin is actually wrapped up in the backing of Tether. So it's only at most 30% dollars. The rest is literally debt, I mean, God knows what,
Wow.
but it's also wrapped Bitcoin that's leveraged out and loaned out. I mean, they're all these
It's
guys
deep.
are tied in together. So once one domino falls, they all start to
Yeah.
crumble.
And
So
that's what we're watching. It's pretty
exactly.
cool. It's pretty cool, honestly. As crazy as because I wasn't involved in any of that shit, and
Yeah.
I don't put any of my assets in Tether. I don't hold any of it. I have somehow magically been able to stay out of all of this shit. I haven't been touched by any of these things.
Yep.
And I don't think you have either, right?
No, we never talked about Luna once. We've
and
never.
I mean, if you're smart, if you listen, I mean, listen. A lot of people don't like Richard Hart, and he's a very polarizing figure. And he can be tough to watch sometimes. He can be cringe, but the mofo knows the market really well, and he was talking about this shit. So even if you listen to just a portion of what he was saying, then you're ahead of a lot of people, because a lot of people just dismiss everything he has to say, everything he does, every single thing about him. They just dismiss it right off the bat without even giving it a chance. That's a real stupid thing to do when the guy's proven himself to be right repeatedly. I mean, he's just that guy that he's like, you don't want him to be right, but he's right. You can't deny it.
He is, and he's the king of marketing too. He's getting new in the bear market. He has people new. He's being talked about.
He's being talked about.
That's all that matters right now.
He's generating buzz.
Everything is getting wrecked right now.
Honestly, I think a lot of people are starting to see it as it's almost refreshing. He's got this really strange way of like putting stuff out that seems like on the surface like very shallow and like, but honestly behind it, there's a lot more behind it than people realize.
Yep.
And it's kind of funny because it's like you can't deny that it's refreshing to see when all you see is red candles and people miserable and losing money and people getting scammed and wrecked left and right. And then you look at Richard Hart, and he's over there posting in a Prada jumpsuit, like with a Bentley, like just like, yo, look what I spent your sacrifice money on. It's right here, like,
and meanwhile, for us that that money has not gone anywhere. It's all sitting in stable coins. So even though he's just trolling people, Hex is the ultimate IQ test. It really is. It weeds out people that are willing to put the time in. And if you're not willing to put time in,
oh my God,
you're gonna.
I love it though. I go on Twitter for a minute, right? And I go and I look and I see. I mean, Hexicans know how to attract trolls. Like, so there's so many Hex trolls out there. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's kind of like a really like it's a low grade troll game. You know what I mean? It's like you're like a really shitty troll if all you can do is figure out to come and troll Hexicans. Like, you're a low grade troll, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not even a good troll. You're a fucking swag troll.
It's like why
everybody trolls Hex and Hexicans? What, you can't come up with something better than trolling Hex and fucking Hexican? Get the fuck out of here.
And people, man, just blows people. I mean, it's not even worth paying your effort into that stuff. Like, people that can't see Hex and like that. I have friends that literally text me every other day, Richard's tweet. Did you see his tweet, man? There's this, and I just block them because I'm done telling them just do research, look into it. Like, these guys don't even know what Pulse X is. They sacrifice for it without having a clue what it is, and then they go see a tweet and they get mad, but they won't watch the stream. So it's I'm done even putting energy into it, focusing into it. There's so much stuff that's going on right now. This is where you set yourself up to make millions of dollars in the next bull run. This is where, like, there's this. Look at this USDD. This is Tron's stablecoin. They copied Luna and said, we're going to do it, but we're going to succeed. And look at their peg. They're down to 96 cents now.
Is this real? When did they start this?
They did after Luna came out. This is like 2.5, 3 weeks old, I think.
Oh, so after Luna failed.
Yeah, after Luna failed,
came out and
they started May 1st, and Justin Sun came out and said, we're going to do this at 60% interest or something insane. And the thing's lost its peg. It's got a $700 million market cap, and they've already dumped over $2 billion into it to keep the peg. And it just keeps dropping.
You're telling me there's $700 million in this shit right now.
And they've put $2.1 billion in to try to keep the peg.
Oh my! When are these people going to learn?
But that's the funny thing is like Tron. This is on.
Yo,
Tron.
what's up, 14 people?
Trio, why
Mobius.
this should be, front page news. Another Luna
It is
failing, but you don't hear about it anywhere.
And Justin Sun, this is like a big figure in the crypto world and whatnot, and he's got his hands in a lot of shit.
I mean, all he does, he copy and paste everything.
Yep.
Any project you make, he will just copy.
Oh man, I got something I really want to say about that. You know what it reminds me of? Oh man, Silicon Valley. Did you watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
The dude, who's the dude that lived with him, the Korean guy or the Chinese kid?
Jin
Yang.
Yeah.
Jin Yang. This reminds me of Jin Yang. Remember how he came out with the copy of everything and he called it like
Yep.
It was like Facebook.
Yep.
Like oh man, it was so fun. I can't remember what he did, but he went over to China and like launched a copy of every American platform that's successful and just made his own like Chinese copy of it.
It's exactly what he did. Hey, look at this. They now have 14,000 Bitcoin in here as collateral.
Son is fucking Jin Yang, bro.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. They're literally trying to tell you that they're giving you 30% plus.
Justin's son is Jin Yang.
Like they're literally, after Luna failed, they forked their code and they're giving you 30%. And the peg is gone.
And what did Luna give you?
20. So they're giving you an extra 10% and they're already down to 96%.
So
96 cents.
They came out and they were like, we're going to do what Luna did, but we're going to do it even worse.
Yes, we're going to give you 60% and the peg is we're going to just dump billions into it and it can't even hold $1.
Dude,
like,
what is wrong?
This is done.
None of this is crypto.
This right here is something that we're excited about. We are going to New York City on Monday.
Well, that was a pivot if I've ever seen
Yeah.
that. Damn, bro.
Yeah, because like this, we're going to spread the word about Pulse Chain and just talk to the founder of this right here.
Viber in the wild.
Yeah, we got some big things happening. So we're going to go mingle down with some other Genesis key holders of NFT.com. They launched this on Ethereum. So
I'm salty. I missed it.
We're been in the Discord, man. They got some smart people in there in all different communities. HBAR. I mean, there's developers in there. There's guys that are trying to do all kinds of stuff with NFT.com. So we're gonna go down and just start asking them. What are we gonna do when we get Pulse Chain? When we get a fork? Are you guys gonna let us see? Are these gonna be credited? Are these you only gonna use Ethereum? I mean, just to let people know. Yeah. I don't even care what they do, but just to let all these whales and guys that have millions of dollars in crypto that probably don't know about Pulse Chain, if they don't, this is what it is. So just it's gonna be great to get down there and kind of get a feel for what's going on.
Now, just to kind of to circle back to what we were talking about, but with stables, I'm interested in seeing how it's going to be handled as far as USDC goes, because I do find it pretty interesting. When I was watching a stream or listening to a stream the other day from Identity Block.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Identity Block. He's a Hexican in the Hex community. He's been in there forever, and he's a real good dude. I like Identity Block. He's a real smart guy. And he did a stream about DAI and about that's the stable that he is choosing to kind of transition into Pulse Chain with, and his reasoning. And I liked it a lot. And I started kind of looking into DAI a little bit more because I didn't really know a whole lot about it, because I've never really, I think I've used it a couple times, for whatever reason. I don't remember why. So then I started looking into it, and it's actually a pretty interesting thing. It's not algorithmic, but it's like kind of tied in with Maker and Ethereum. And but I do see where he's thinking that this might be one of the more safer options for stables going into Pulse Chain. So I think that is something really people need to think about if they're thinking that USDC is going to be worth $1 on Pulse Chain.
I can tell you right now, there's zero chance, and I would look at it as they're going to pull the plug, and it's going to be worth nothing on Pulse Chain.
So unless they've decided to get involved in Pulse Chain and take a stake, unless they sacrifice,
they're never going to do that, because then they're going to just lose. How are you going to keep the pet? It's going to just be a nightmare.
Well, that's the thing. How because people don't realize like Circle and USD that like they have like some serious shit going on behind behind closed doors to keep that whole thing going that they're doing. I don't know any of the
They have the
details.
power to shut keys off.
But
now.
they can. That's the thing. They have admin keys to every single dollar, every single US dollar coin out there.
Yep.
And this is all tied in with Coinbase and Circle, and there's other players involved, big ones. And like, if you think about it, I mean, what they're proposing, if people are thinking that USDC is going to have value on Pulse Chain instantly out of nowhere, what that would be entailing is that we're talking about tokens that are like, backed or guaranteed a $1 value by Circle and by Coinbase. You can always go and take your US dollar coin in Coinbase and exchange it for $1. And they're not going to put that in jeopardy just to make a very small community happy.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. People don't realize the Pulse Chain community, the HEX community, it's a tiny corner of crypto.
Yeah.
And if we think everybody knows about it, we're crazy. Very many people don't know about what's happening.
No.
They have no idea. They don't care. And do you think what's USDC's market cap? Can we pull it up?
It's like the 5th biggest coin in the market.
So it's got to be like,
it's like number 5, I think.
Just if you just go to the overall, so it's number 4.
8 billion.
So there's 8 billion. If you think that they're going to allow
55 billion, that was the volume.
Yeah. So if you think they're going to allow $55 billion to just enter the market out of nowhere, out of thin. I mean, and we all know that's where money kind of comes from right now anyway, out of thin air for the most part. But we're talking about a platform in Coinbase now that has to guarantee every dollar that they fucking that they let you exchange. They guarantee
if
they're not going to like allow people to come in there with all this new free money they just got, and they're not just going to start shelling out money. That's not how it works. Like, there's no chance that USDC is going to have dollar value.
It's going to be like that for a lot of ERC20s too. There's a lot of, I would say right now, from 5 months ago, some of these altcoins that had a couple developers maybe working on them. Now that the bear market's here, everyone's out, and half of these coins will never have anything worked on again. So I would say a lot of these altcoins that are still trading in Ethereum that are down a lot now, no one's going to do anything for Pulse Chain to even activate a front or anything.
Unless we've done a Twitter storm and we've managed to get into some of these communities, people's heads.
Yeah.
That's the only way those communities are going to really probably get adoption of. Let's think about it. There's a ton of blockchains out there. Let's not be delusional. There's a lot of blockchains out there. Yes, we know Pulse Chain is probably going to be an awesome one, right? Pretty good chance it's going to rock. But there's tons of blockchains. There's Polygon, there's Tron, there's just so many. I can't even think the list. There's
Elrond,
layer 2s, there's
AVAX,
there's just tons of blockchains.
Solana.
To be deluded into thinking that Pulse Chain is going to come out and it's just going to automatically be amazing and kill everything, well, that's crazy. I mean, you can't think. You got to be grounded in reality here.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to perform well, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's just going to be an automatic home run.
No, this is going to be a really good kind of test on when we go down to New York Monday with a crowd of Ethereum people, Hedera people, and just basically not Hexicans to get a feel for how many people know what Pulse Chain is. And these guys have big pockets. So in the background are influencers. So I know Crypto Mason's going to be down there. So I'm going to definitely say something to him. So like, I want to get a feel for who's sacrificing for Pulse, who knows about it. Are people purposely not talking about it, or do they really not know?
Right.
So, it's going to be an interesting experience down there. And if people don't know, they will know after Monday, because Lindsay and myself will be telling everyone.
Yeah.
And I'll be wearing this hat. I'll be wearing my HEX Pulse Chain shoes. So I will be representing down there and, trying to just make friends. I want to spread the word about Pulse Chain. I want this to blow up. I mean, everybody that is going to be down there that has one of these Genesis keys will have it forked on Pulse Chain, and chances are they own other ERC20s too.
So that's what got me thinking about the whole circle thing in my head. The USDC thing was I was thinking about NFTs and the way they are now. We know that they exist. Do they exist on the blockchain? I don't know enough about NFTs to really understand them. Like I know they're non-fungible tokens, and they're like it's basically like a crypto token, but each one is unique.
Yeah.
But I also know that aren't the actual images not on the blockchain? Aren't they just like associated with something on the blockchain?
I think
images?
they're either in the smart contracts or
Right.
they're
So there's something. So I'm wondering if all of like NFTs. I mean, they've been saying all NFTs will be
they will, yeah,
forked and
they
copied.
will.
So
Those will be. It's gonna be all coins will be. It's just will they have value and will people like I'm trying to think. YF Die was a coin that we were in years ago that kind of died. Are people still working on it that will put up a front end to access it on Pulse Chain? That's
right.
going to be where
That is going to be
it's
yeah.
I think that's probably something someone should we gotta start doing in the community is reaching out to other ERC20s and say, hey, are you guys going to be on board with Pulse Chain? It's coming, all your coins are going to be forked. And just seeing,
I mean, I think most of these tokens, they just kind of exist on the blockchain. I don't think they need a lot of upkeep or any, I don't think a lot of them have a lot of teams that are really kind of intervening too much. So I would imagine they probably would just kind of copy over and then just exist, and the communities would kind of keep them alive, or however you want to look at it. But yeah, it's all going to be really interesting to see what happens and what gets major adoption. I mean, don't forget, like Pulse Chain was born all from Hex. I mean, this is something that it wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for Richard's desire to give hexagons a break from Ethereum gas fees. That's where the whole idea came from. And if you've been along for the ride from the start, you know that. So my point in saying that is that I wouldn't go into Pulse Chain with the intention and with the mindset of like, oh, all ERC20s are going to succeed and going to be vibrant and lucrative or whatever you want to call it, or good opportunities on Pulse Chain, because I don't think all of them will be. I think you got to think about the major things that Pulse Chain is designed for, and that's Hex. I mean, if there's any kind of a safe bet, we're not talking about value. We're just talking about copies now.
Yeah, I mean, because
I
know fees are even just gas fee, like just swaps and cents. It's cheap right now.
It is.
It's like in the 20s. So
yeah, I'm just saying, if you want to get your bag together, we might have another 6 months. I mean, I have no clue how. I haven't heard any time frames in it lately. So I'm trying to just put it out of my head, and I'm really good with this at being patient for this. I don't know why. I just am. I wish everybody was as patient as I am about it, because listen, when it hits, it's going to hit. It's good. Let's build our bags of everything in the meantime, right? Let's not just be salty that Pulse Chain isn't here.
Anyone that's salty, face it. You're over leveraged.
Yeah.
You suck at crypto. You didn't know what you were doing. You made mistakes. You didn't listen to people. You thought you knew more than everyone else. You thought you knew the market.
Or you were listening to the wrong people.
And you didn't, and you got wrecked, and you suck, and you're pissed off. Yeah. People that did it right, dollar cost averaged into winning projects, staked, thought long term. We're all just salivating at this opportunity right now.
Let me tell you something. When I heard about when Richard first talked about Pulse Chain, we first started, the inception, when it was first, being talked about with the community, and once the word got out that it was happening and sacrifice, like once I first learned about that, what I did was I started buying HEX separately on the side, and I just kept a separate bag that I knew that was going to be for sacrifice. As soon as I learned that was going to be the way to get exposure to Pulse Chain, that was what I did. I was just buying HEX, dollar cost averaging on the side, a little bag on the side. And, I just got lucky. I mean, HEX pumped like crazy, and that bag that I held specifically for sacrifice just pumped. And, I ended up with a lot more value than I thought I was going to be able to sacrifice. And so I'm good, man. I didn't fucking dump my life savings into it. I'm not over here biting my knuckles and my fucking nails waiting for it to come out because I need that money back now. No, man, like it's all gonna be gravy, honestly. Like I have great plans for it, and I really probably shouldn't. I should probably have no plans.
No, you
But
need plans.
we all, I mean, everybody
you need to
does.
think 10 years out. Is this coin going to be around in 10 years? You guys, if you can have that kind of mindset, it'll start changing. Hex did that, allowed me to do that, to stop chasing, like looking back at what I was doing right around when I found Hex. If I had just held the bags of $80 bags I bought of Sandbox, of Mana, of Matic, they would be worth 5-7 grand, and these were $50 to $100 bags, and this is after this dip. Like it's insane. So know what you're watch. People that are here now, people that are gone that used to watch. You can't find them. There's a reason. The stuff they're shilling is gone. The stuff that we talk about. I'm glad to own it. I'm trying to buy as much more at these prices as possible. I thought for sure we weren't going to see prices again like this, and I was going to be buying, into the pump.
Look at all the people that thought they were never going to be able to buy Hex at 5 or 10 cents again, let alone 3 cents. Look at all the, I mean,
and people are now complaining. It's if 6 months ago.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
All the people that are saying, they were salty because they didn't get in when we got in.
Right. Now you
got a chance to get in. Not that far from where I got.
Now Richard Hart's a scammer, or there's always an excuse for something. It's so funny.
And now everybody's too scared.
Stay away from stay out of Twitter. Like stay off of it. And
know what you're doing. Know what your plans are. Know what you hold. And like I've been blocking out noise like a fucking champ lately. I don't really go on Twitter very much. I don't really look at a whole lot. I look at the price. I check the price like everyone does, but I don't look at Staker like there's a lot of things I don't even open Staker up at all now.
Yeah,
I used to be like a total Staker junkie.
There's no reason.
There is no reason.
You're
obsessive.
You're wasting time on something you can't control when you could be putting it into looking at other stuff.
Like learning about other things.
Other coins that are happening.
Doing things in real life with real people. Like
exactly doing this, getting together with someone. Instead of freaking out. Looking at your phone,
instead of
panicking
and selling your bag and realizing your losses. That's the thing that kills me, man. So many people look at the value of their bag and they're like, "Oh my God, it's down so low," and then they panic and they sell it, and it's like, "Yo, you didn't even lose anything until you fucking sold it."
It's not. It's on paper.
We didn't lose anything yet. I didn't lose a single thing in Hex yet. I'm up in Hex. I'm way up in Hex. I'll never be down in Hex. I could lose everything I have in Hex right now, and I still would have ended on like a 10x with Hex.
Yeah.
Of my investment. There's no way I could lose money with Hex. Like it's impossible. It's 100% impossible at this stage. And I know that's not the case for everyone, but that's my story. And you know what? I'm happy about it. And you can call me lucky. You can call me whatever. But you know what? I took the risk. I found it. I took the risk and I reaped the rewards. And you can be pissed off that I sold it and that whatever. But that's what I did. I still have a giant bag, waiting for Pulse Chain, or what's giant to me. It's not giant for a lot of people, but I still have it waiting for Pulse Chain. I don't want to do anything with it till Pulse Chain comes out because I want to see how that's going to go. And then, I'm trying to diversify into some other stuff now. That's what I've been doing for probably the last year at this point now, is just trying to learn about other things and get into some other good. I mean, there's a lot of good projects. All the stuff we talk about, HBAR, Sologenic, Corium, Sauce. All these things are great. They're great products. Great
Pulse
projects.
We got Pulse Pot coming out. Shout out to Heinz, man. Thank you for coming
what's up,
in here.
Heinz? Sandra's here.
Yeah.
So Sandra, the guys got you set up, Sandra, for what we were, for calling in last time.
Yeah.
And I think they gave you double, right? Didn't they give you double?
They hooked it up for you. So I have the message. I sent it to Brian, but he was slacking and
I slacked.
forgot to send it out to you. But you're 100% set up. The Pulse Spot guys took care of you, so you are.
Well, you won't see the pulse spot. So
It's
the
like
pulse
you
spot,
sacrificed, basically.
Basically, they put it in their system so that once it launches, you'll get 10 of them, which I think we talked about is what, like $300 value?
Yeah, it was five or 10 of them. Yeah, and you're gonna get it on all the chains, so it's basically like you did a sacrifice, which is, pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Those guys hooked you up, Sandra. So
Yeah,
and I think the hex that she already got that.
we're doing that tonight.
Right.
With they did that, and then we're gonna do the hex tonight. We're gonna give some away. I was in a chat it was a solo and Corium group earlier today, and I had mentioned hex, and some people were like, "Oh, hex is a scam." Da, 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 da. I was like, "All right, well, come into our stream tonight and tell me, and I'll send you some, and we'll see in a year." So I was just inviting people to come, call it, tell them about it. Tell me why you think it's a scam. We want to hear these conversations where people are going to get this misinformation. It's good to know that stuff. It helps us kind of figure out ways to.
Sandra, we'll talk after the stream. I'll message you. We'll sort it out.
It's going to be it's like $150 worth of Pulse Pot. Yeah. So I think they're $30 a coin. So I think it's 5 coins or something like that. But yeah, we'll message you and get in touch. But shout out to Heinz and
Mobius. Nate. What's up, Mobius?
Yeah, Mobius in here.
We should probably say hi to everyone. Let's scroll back up and see who we got. Wait. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
All right.
Oh yeah, well we're slacking on the chat.
Slacking on the chat. Let's see.
We're not in our elements,
right? Yeah, we're not at either one of our homes right now. So, Haldor Malik, L's 59 years ago. Matthew Thomas, Crypto Bros. Who else we got? What's going on? Mobius
in here.
Ifrit. Ginny, I probably murdered your name, but sorry about that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Mobius. I saw that Bloomberg article too, man. They were I guess they were a little hard on Hex, but
hey,
I think that any Bloomberg's they're obviously a legacy finance institution. I think that any legacy finance is going to be kind of like kicking crypto wallets down right now.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna love to rub our face in the dirt. Oh, look, see, we told you crypto's bullshit. Look, everybody's dropped 90% minimum value right now. Everyone's fucked up. Yeah. Everyone's wrecked. They're gonna rub it in all the crypto pros' faces.
While the stock market is down tremendously this year.
Right. There's no good. There's nothing.
No.
There's nothing.
No, Mobius in here, and then I saw Heinz, Sandra.
Yeah, Heinz and Sandra.
Yeah,
RB.
What's up, RB? Thank you for coming, man. Yeah, anyone that's new here that does not know what Hex is or Crypto Fusion, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by,
Mr. Dude Vines.
Dude Vines, thank you for coming. So yeah, we're giving away some Hex. This is what got us started. This is what literally changed my mindset on how to own
and it
crypto.
Really did, man. People could look at you and be like, oh yeah, that's corny as fuck. I don't give a shit, man. I don't know why or how, but Hex really did truly change my whole my whole approach to saving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it really just kind of just totally whooped my brain into shape as far as making me want to save. And I've said this the whole time is Hex makes saving money fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun, obviously, when our bags are dropping 90% in value. That's not fun. But let's be serious. Right now, while we're staked, we're getting more Hex every day, right? Our T-shares are pumping out more Hex. That's a win right now in the bear market. because we're getting more of our token for nothing, just for locking it up and sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else whose bags are dropping, they're not also getting more tokens. Most of them aren't. And if they are, they're probably using some kind of bullshit like Celsius or some other thing to get yield. They're not doing it straight within the contract of the token they're holding. I can guarantee you that. Because
Mm-hmm.
there's barely. I don't even know if there's anything. I mean, only the copycats, like maybe like
Yeah.
that have copied HEX do that.
The only thing that I can think of that is anything close is Stater right here, which is 41%, but that's not native. This is third party. You are locking it up with Stater Labs. But the thing is, with this is kind of unique because even though it's staked and locked up, you're going to be able to trade the HBAR-X as soon as the DEX goes live in a couple of weeks. So even though
that popping up a lot now with the whole with the instant liquidity kind of idea, where you stake something, but then you're also issued a token as like kind of a placeholder in a way to show that you've got a certain amount of something staked. And then now some platforms like Sauce and Stater are actually coming out with ways you can stake. You can even utilize and stake that token, like the stake token, like like the proof of stake token that you got. So with HBAR and HBAR-X, you actually be able to do something with that HBAR-X now to gain some passive income off of it.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So while you're, so it's like when HEX, right? You
like
take your HEX, you lock it up. You can't touch that HEX until your stake is due without paying a penalty. With this HBAR, you lock it up. It's still going to be gaining your interest, your HBAR-X. You could actually take that and trade it on pools on Saucer Swap that's coming out later this month.
It's exactly, for people who want to think about it, it's exactly like Maximus.
Exactly.
Because you get, traded and you got exposure to Maximus. That's a staked, that's backed by the HEX that's staked basically in the pool, right?
Yep.
But you are at the same time you're given the Maxi token, and that has value right now. So that's called instant liquidity if you want to. So that's like you have the value of the stake in the pool, right? And that's growing every day. But at any time, if you want to cash out, you can. And that's what you can't do with HEX. If you want to cash out and you're not halfway through your stake, you're going to take a major hit. You're going to even take a hit on some of your principal with HEX. So, these instant liquidity things are cool because it's kind of a protection, a little bit of a protection for, some people don't like the idea. And this is the whole point, in my opinion, of staking is so that when you see price dropping, you can't panic, sell, and realize your losses.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of staking. But then Eric Wall will argue, well, what if I want to cut my losses?
Yep.
I can't do that. When I have my tokens staked, I can't cut my losses without also incurring more losses on top of those losses.
Yeah. So it's just a snowball of
right.
Exactly.
So I mean that's the argument. It's like, well, is it better that you can't like
wreck
indulge that wreck yourself and indulge that panic and fear? Yep. Is it better that you can't do that? Or would it be better for you to be able to have that control and sell if you see something dropping in order to cut your losses? So that's the argument. You decide what's better for you. Me personally, to get back to what we were talking about with the long-term thinking, I am fine with holding through the dip. I have faith that the market will recover. I don't think crypto's over and done with it all by a long shot. I think it's just going through a massive wealth transfer, and a lot of people that got rich early in crypto, I think have decided to cash out. They're done. They're ready. They don't care. They're cashing out, and it's transferring to many smaller wallets. So all those big gains are now being distributed out to many more people.
And all these hedge funds that were over leveraged, and Celsius, all these exchanges they're gone. Billions of dollars that is liquidated and gone. So some of it is retail, but a lot of it is over leverage and just natural cycles coming through and just wiping out people that should not be there.
Liquidation.
And this market is risky. Sauce here. So in order to get the 41% staking, I locked this up a month or so ago. I've made 1,000 HBAR, but I can't touch it.
Yeah.
So if they
We
don't go
can't touch it
live
until when?
till version 2 comes out. So
And we
right
don't even
here,
know when that. I mean, there's just an estimate.
that's estimated till July.
I mean, that might as well be the same as like when Pulse Chain comes out.
But that's why
When
Saucer
Stater,
Swap
when
is
so, you know?
right. Which so if I wouldn't have locked it up if there was no way of getting that. So Saucer Swap, why I like it is this DEX. So you're getting, if you bought into the pre-sale, you're getting your coins tomorrow, and the DEX, the audit.
Slow down. What Adam's talking about is a while back we talked about the NFTs that you could buy. What was it, through Hashpack?
Yeah, yep.
Right. So the wallet Hashpack that we've been talking about for the last few shows we've done.
Yep, right here.
That those NFTs, when you bought those NFTs, you basically like bought a stake in this whole airdrop. And that's like depending on if you bought the cheapest NFT, there was a medium NFT, and then there was a more expensive, the most expensive. There was a small, medium, and large as far as price.
Right.
And if you got all three, you got an even more of a bonus. Here they are.
Yeah, you got a fourth NFT. If you bought all three, you got a bonus. So you got like 1.25x on your airdrops.
Those were the dollar prices right there. What was the first one? It was 200, 600, and 1,200.
Yeah.
So if you bought into this, you were able to link your Hashpack wallet to the Discord for that Saucer Swap put out. And then you could connect to the faucet. You could hit the faucet every day based on which NFTs you bought. So now the other part of that though was the airdrop, and that's happening now tomorrow. I just found this out. I didn't even realize it was finally happening. So this is awesome because we've been hitting the faucet for how long now?
Since March, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been hitting the sauce faucet for months because we both got into on this and got the NFTs. We've been hitting the sauce faucet up for months. They tapped the faucet out, and then they turned it back on at one point. So now anybody at all?
Yeah, anybody. If you
have
set
Hashpack,
up,
right?
if you set up a Hashpack wallet, and then you just go to the website here, you put in the token, you associate it in your wallet. You can get the token up here right here. You come down, it tells you actually what it is. And then
so Saucer Swap is just a DEX on HBAR.
Exactly.
That's really all it is. So and the sauce token is the native, is the DEX token, just like Uni or 1inch.
Yeah.
So
exactly. It's PulseX of HBAR, basically.
The PulseX of HBAR, another good way to describe it.
So the good thing is if Stater, I'm staking on there. If they don't go live, if it gets delayed till like December and I can't unstake there, well, when Saucer Swap goes live, I'll still be getting my HBAR X, and I can trade it on the DEX as soon as it goes live while it's still staked.
Yep.
So it's liquid staking. It's brand new. It's I haven't seen it anywhere else. So it's just something that we like to explore into. Hedera, I think, is going to be a winner long term, just with the technology they have, how fast it is, and banks are going to be using distributed ledgers and just kind of reading through the lines. A lot of the CEOs are talking about if you're not running on DLT, you're not going to survive in the future. So
I want to do a show about distributed ledger technology because it's the underlying technology of XRP,
XLM,
HBAR.
There's what else?
Those are the major three.
Oh man, I'm drawing a blank right now.
There is another. Quant is
the overledger.
The overledger, right? Or hyperledger or whatever it is.
And so it's a different way.
It's a different technology.
Yeah, different technology for basically for finance.
Even blockchain?
Yes and no.
It's kind of like
it's all
like
software.
Area.
I just call it software, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. So I get, but
it's fast, and what they did is
these are all the technologies that you're going to see being adopted and intertwined with banking and transactions and settlements all these things are starting to kind of seep into those industries. You know, XLM with what they buy
MoneyGram.
MoneyGram. XLM bought MoneyGram.
Yep.
And you know, so MoneyGram uses their ledger. Is that the deal?
They use XLM for like micro payments,
Okay.
and cross-border transactions.
So these are things like this, and this is why we talk about these things, because a lot of people don't realize that. So there's a crypto technology that's being utilized in the real world right now. Right now, MoneyGram, XLM. Right now, real world.
And before XLM, the SEC, who is suing Ripple right now, approved Ripple to buy MoneyGram before for $50 million when the company was about to go under. So XRP bought it, turned them around with their ledger, and then sold it. And then XLM came in and bought it. And then the SEC sues Ripple after. I mean, it's such a joke. And, you know, there's so much distraction and FUD and the war and the C word and you know, it's always something. And
look, see right there, right on the homepage of Federa, 10 times faster than blockchain alternatives.
Yeah.
So they kind of already position themselves as like it's not really exactly blockchain.
It's right. It's a different way of it's a different network, basically. Just put it that way. That's faster, and the green narrative is starting to come into play.
And that's what I was just gonna say. You see it right there, carbon negative.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're going to be seeing that, and that's another reason I think Pulse Chain is going to be a winner in the long term, because it's green. You know, it's proof of stake. It's it's probably gonna be right in there with these. You know, I think the only kind of obstacle is going to be the centralized ownership. I think people are going to have trouble with that.
Yeah.
Although there is centralization in all of these.
So these are basically there's basically a governing board here that there's going to be 39 of them, I believe. And you got Boeing, Google, IBM, LG. I mean, these guys are behemoths. I mean, I think there's still like 10 more seats there's a bunch more. Just look at this. So they still have a bunch. Those were the names that they have so far, and these are still the spots they got left. So I mean, you're talking, these are the biggest companies in the world. So we were looking at like Atma.io was a partner that HBAR is partnering with, and they're working with retailers, and every single transaction that like JCPenney does, or even like Prada online, every single transaction basically is a smart contract, and you need something that is running at this speed here to handle it. So there's very few things that can handle retail and banking and
that volume.
Yeah. So that's why we kind of are trying to branch out while we're sitting here, instead of, fighting over what Richard's wearing or this and that,
right.
Look into.
Why not take a minute to learn about another technology?
Exactly.
And find out what they're doing in the real world and see if you think it's useful. You know what I mean? And then like, okay, sounds good. I want to invest in it.
Yeah.
That's called DYOR right there.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. You gotta put your money into things you believe in, things you think are gonna give you a good ROI. You don't want to just freaking put your money in what what the guy you like on Twitter, what he thinks is the best coin to put his money in,
right?
Or what he's telling you to do.
I mean, I just look at this chart, and I look at a lot of Elliott wave theory. I like that. A lot of guys that are very technical.
Jenkins kind of taught me about. I didn't know about it.
There's been no wave 5 for XLM, XRP, Hedera. There's a number of these blue chip coins that still haven't had their wave 5 from this last bull run. So I don't know what is going on with this market. I mean, no one does, but that's why just owning these coins and you just sleep so much better at night knowing that they will pump at some point.
Yep.
And you don't have to worry about chasing them then. Now, what's the downside risk on HBAR? If you buy it 6 cents, I mean, what's it going to go? I mean, what we got major support at 3.5 cents. So, I mean, you're 50% now, 60% max from here. I mean, it's brutal. People are. I mean, Bitcoin alone right now, if you bought the top,
Oh,
I mean,
my
you're
God.
down.
Bitcoin
80.
down. I keep getting the Gemini.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Gemini notifications.
Yeah.
Down another 5% 10 minutes ago. It's down at 18.3 now.
Oh my, yeah. I think it's going to 14,000. And then from that, once that happens, once Bitcoin drops down to 14 and liquidates everybody at Celsius.
Hey, remember when we thought that HEX was decorrelated from remember those guys that try to tell you that?
I thought it was for a minute.
I thought it was too, but clearly everything is correlated to fucking Bitcoin. That's become obvious. Even if there's a way you could show it on a chart that it's not completely correlated. I mean, I'm sure math will prove that it's not, entirely 100% correlated, or it's kind of a loose correlation maybe.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
It's definitely fucking correlated. Let's not be stupid.
The market, I mean, I get asked all the time, so, what do you think this coin's going to do? What do you think this coin's going to do? And it's like, without knowing where Bitcoin is at that point, I can't tell you. If Bitcoin dominance is going up, your altcoin is going to get slaughtered.
Altcoins are getting killed right now.
And they're getting killed, but they can also get killed on a whole nother level. If Bitcoin starts bleeding right now and dominance goes up, your altcoins are down 95% across the board. If Bitcoin, chops sideways and dominance goes up, okay. But this right here is just total destruction. When you got Bitcoin going down and dominance going up, it's bad, bad, bad. So,
but at the same token, we gotta stop thinking like that. It's not. It is bad, but listen, there's so much opportunity right now.
Right.
It's so great. Anything you want to buy, anything, it's all on sale right now. I'm not buying shit. I bought something. What I bought? I bought into some cult last night. A little bit, right? Meme coin, basically, right? Cult. I mean, it's cool. Cool story, right? It's a cool story, bro. I bought a little bit last night. Should have done that.
If Rag sees this, he just definitely unsubbed and disliked. Shout out Rags.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care. I dabble and just like everyone else. Okay.
I'm staked with my cult.
All right. So I was just messing around. I'm like, let me get this cult down. Everybody talking about that for a little bit, right? I just wanted to get a little exposure to anything, right? I got tons of HEX. I got lots of things freaking in the works, like other places. Nice big bag of solo, for me. These are all for me, from my perspective. I'm happy with them, right?
Yeah.
I don't care. So every now and then I'll throw a little something to see what happens. And I think Pulse is cool. I like that they are involved with Pulse Chain.
Here's
they got what's this?
This is another gem that I'm gonna just give everyone here tonight. That is something that I've been keeping an eye on. And Casper Network. It's a L1. These guys are at Davos. These guys are in with the World Economic Forum. I mean, Casper, I think, is a sleeping giant. I mean,
so they got their own blockchain.
Yeah, it's a L1, and these guys have some major partners.
When did they come out?
I mean, Casper's been out for a while. They've just been one of those coins that have just been kind of sleeping. It's proof of stake, super fast, and the more I look into it, they got a lot happening with CBDCs. So when
those are coming.
Exactly.
So what do you think now? I wanted to talk about this with the CBDCs. Do you think that they're going to just exist in parallel with like other money? Do you think they're like you think governments are going to start like issuing a portion of their money in like a CBDC or something? Like I don't think anyone's going to go and outright replace their whole try to like.
I think do
away with paper money. Something like that.
You
think they will?
Australia, man. I think look at that. They just ripped up every ATM across their country.
Did they really?
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in COVID they got rid of cash. So you're starting to see China. They're on social credit, digital yuan. I mean, cash is pretty much gone. I mean, the narrative is going towards.
I go into stores sometimes right in America that are cashless. You can't even buy anything with cash.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
In Vegas, we were somewhere and it was you had to use your card. You couldn't pay cash. And so, I mean, you see countries like Lebanon, they just devalued their currency a ton so they could get on board with the World Economic Forum and get basically bailouts from them moving forward. So, I mean, I think these CBDCs, they're gonna try to put these out. That if they could have it in a perfect situation, CBDCs would be in the hands of everybody because they're fully tracked. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to be for like stimulus. It's going to be for
they might use it for like benefits.
It's going to be all for
like social wealth.
Yeah,
like
it's going to be
and...
all the welfare. Everything will be on CBDCs. So if you're spending it incorrectly, you can just get cut off. You know, if that was you have 2 kids and you go out and buy beer with and don't buy baby formula, you get cut off. So it's a way of basically.
Oh, no kidding.
You know, what and that's the scary thing is if this gets into retail hands,
Russ, Russ, dude, you're not even joking, man. I'm not. Look, I just bought a 5-ounce like bar of gold on eBay yesterday. Silver. I just bought a 5-ounce bar of silver yesterday. I was starting to look
for sure.
And like, dude, silver's been holding up. Silver's at like $22 an ounce right now or something. I mean, that's high for silver.
Yeah.
And that's like if anybody who knows anything, if you know one thing, you know that when the market dumps, silver and gold and commodities pump.
Yeah.
Look at 2008, 2009 when with the banking crash, the great recession, right? Silver went up to like $50 an ounce in like 2009, I think it was, or 2010, or right around that same
Even
time.
just all the electric cars, the amount of silver that they're going to be using is going to drive up the demand. So yeah, I think silver.
I'm not opposed to. I'm honestly, I agree with Thiel. See, here's the thing that was hilarious about the Peter Thiel debate with Richard was like the very first thing he said. He came out was like, "Yeah, I think gold is great. To be like 5% of your portfolio," and it's like right there. That was like it was like, wait a minute. I thought you were like all in on gold. You just came in here immediately and shot your whole argument right in the fucking foot before Richard even opened his mouth. And you just said everybody should have 5% of their portfolio of fucking gold. What? That's not even worth talking about. 5% of my portfolio. I don't talk about what I'm putting 5% of my portfolio in. That's not like I just thought that was so funny. But like I'm of the mind where if there's anything that's going to be a good play when things are about to crumble, it's silver and gold. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. You could argue me to the death. I'm going to tell you till I'm blue in the face that silver and gold is the thing to buy.
Yeah.
When there's an impending clock. Like for me, this seems like a no-brainer to try to start stocking up a little bit on buying a little bit of physical silver or physical gold.
That's why I like it. I got
palladium,
it
whatever you like.
In my iTrust account. You can buy it in your crypto IRA.
Yeah. You can buy, how do you get silver in that? In iTrust.
Actually, I don't want to dox myself.
No, don't do that,
bro. But
okay.
You can gold and silver are on the asset list for iTrust Capital. They have like 29.
Can buy them right in there.
Yeah, I have gold and silver.
Can you ever take delivery of it?
No. They have custody of it in vaults, so they tell you exactly where it is. But
you can never physically take ownership of it.
No. But they have it's custodied and it's backed. So
that's not for me.
These things, IRAs, these things you can't touch until you're 59. So it's awesome. Taking 2-3% and putting it into silver, 2-3% putting it like Peter he said, and right now, instead of
Peter Thiel he might be a little bit of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
He's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
You got to listen to what that man says about some things because as far as the economy goes and stuff, he's a smart guy, and I had listened to him actually do a podcast with Rogan years ago. I heard from him before I even knew, before I even thought about buying any Bitcoin or anything. Long before crypto, I was listening to conversations with him. But yeah, Russ, bro, I feel you, man.
I agree with you. This here, like I have my silver that's tangible, but this is just a way, instead of holding US dollars and stable coins, I'd rather hold silver on here, like whatever, paper silver, paper gold. I'm not holding it long term. I mean, I would say 2 years max. By next bull run, I'll sell out of that gold and silver. It's only like a 1% trading fee. So just to hold it in gold and silver versus dollars, I like doing that more. So I mean, yeah, I totally agree.
I was just gonna say
at all.
Hex Down Under. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. We did talk about Hex giveaway. We should probably mention that now that we're about an hour in.
Yeah,
we haven't even mentioned it. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
we are doing a Hex giveaway though.
We are. Let's see how our baby's doing. All right, 3.
All right.
We're still 14th. All right, top 14, and we are still gate cap everywhere.
I don't really care about the market cap rank, honestly, so much anymore.
I do, because I can't wait till we get to climb back up and have that celebration.
It's a good way to, I guess, kind of gauge things, in relation to other coins and stuff. So I do see the value in that as far as, just informationally. But
yeah, for
what the
sure.
hell is that? Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision.
Yeah.
Up 6%. I always love it when I see those little, those like, or Bitcoin Gold or some random, what's it called? What's that word?
Shitcoin.
Yeah, shitcoin, basically.
There we go.
Obscure. That's the word I was looking for.
Quant active. I'm super bullish on quant, man. This is my Ethereum right here. I treat quant like ETH. I think this coin's going to 1,000, 5,000 in the future. Coin. With the market cap, there's only 14 million of these coins. So
for people who don't know anything about quant, talk about quant a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll do this before. If first person in chat that knows the quant CEO was the first person that's about to get HEX given to him. So first person in the chat to type the quant CEO name. Of course, you can obviously Google who's got them fast who's
fingers.
The fastest one here. That's gonna be the first one that's gonna be getting HEX, because I'm super bullish because of their over ledger that they're doing. They have the first basically interoperable ledger that's going to be able to talk to Polkadot. It's going to be talk to Binance. Going to talk to, there we go, Hex Down Under, Gilbert Verdian.
Got it.
Hex Down Under. Shout out.
Ooh, Sandra, close second.
Hex Down Under. Reach out to Lindsay the Hexagon on Twitter and shoot her your information. We will be giving you 555.55 HEX. So
nice. You threw the 0.55 in there. I love it.
Yeah. We got to do the 55555.
Yeah,
just because
I like it.
But so they're basically, these guys are signed up with tons of institutions, banks. I mean, they have 400 partners or something that they have signed up with, and all these guys are going to need to buy quant to use the network. So they're going to have to spend $50,000 and buy quant tokens to have access to using it. So once, CBDCs are out, once all this stuff is happening and you need someone that can talk to everyone, that's quant. And they are basically going to be a behemoth in the future. And at $50 right now, I mean, I think it's so undervalued, but
right.
This ain't financial advice.
Where are they at right now? Where are they at for the week and for the month?
Let's look
at the quant chart.
They're down. I think they were at like it was like 60, $70. But I mean, it was at the all-time high was like $400.
400. Wow.
Look at this. We're up at 380.
All-time high, 420. So we're down 88% from all-time high.
We just chopped sideways for like the last 3 months. and gone down. Yeah. So I mean, since May, I mean 50. Yeah, we've literally done
What's
nothing.
the weekly though? What's the weekly percentage? I'm always curious. I kind of gauge.
We're 5%.
That's it.
$54 to 50. Yeah.
That's not
Oh no,
bad.
wait, 47. So we're down $6. I mean, it's not really. But even so, I mean, the supply of this coin, this is what makes me super bullish.
So that's what I like about it. And
Right here.
and what I really like about those, what you mentioned about how quant is going to be required in order to use their service. Now that right there, that's called
Exactly.
utility, and that's called you when you need something, to operate or to get a service, that's smart, right? This is where I think the guys for Hedron messed up. I think Hedron's cool, right? I like it. I don't think it's doing very well lately, but I think it's a good idea, and I've liked it from the start. What I don't like is that they never really gave you an incentive to buy it, right? I mean, everybody's getting it for free just for staking Hex, right? But where's the incentive to buy it on the other side? Like, we don't, like, if we're giving it for free and we're giving a reward, that's great. But if the reward is worthless, what's the point? You got to have the incentive to pump that token up. And they didn't make it. I think they should have made it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to trash on Hedron. I just think this is constructive criticism. If they had made it so that you could only make an HSI stake if you owned Hedron, or you had to use Hedron in some way to make that HSI stake, thus making Hedron more more incentivized to buy, like giving that extra layer, that extra push that you need to want to, to make people want to buy it. And that whole thing with quant, where they can't use the service, is perfect.
This is this article here is what I read, and I was like, oh my God. Like, once I really read this and started to understand what they're doing and how big this is going to be, I'm just super bullish on it at $50 a coin. Not financial advice, but meme versus meme coins and all these promise coins. I mean, these guys have partnerships signed. They have a super low supply, and
how many giveaways are we going to do?
We are going to do 4 more.
4 more.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So there you go. More. We only did 1 giveaway thus far. Hexographer, good to see you. Good evening to you as well.
Yes.
Hex Down Under, our good buddy, just won himself 555.55 Hex.
That is correct.
He was the first winner of the first leg of our 5-part giveaway. So 4 more people still left to win. So if you got any people you want to, get into stream, send some messages out, get on your socials.
Yeah.
Like the
anyone
stream,
in here,
sub.
Yeah.
You got to sub to Vibra. We're going to be streaming every week. I don't know. We might switch the day up, but we're going to be doing a weekly stream. We're always going to have that phone number available, which I think we're going to throw that up there on the screen here in a minute. So if you want to call in.
Let's get that. I forgot about that.
Thanks, Hexographer. Good looking, man. Good looking out. So, just sub to the channel. We're always talking about a good mix of stuff. We throw a lot of Hex content in there. As some of the viewers know, I did the Hex news stream over on DS for a while. I'm kind of transitioning away from that right now. I'm going to be putting that on hiatus, but I'm going to focus all energy on this Fiverr stream. And, we love to bring you guys, Adam's just exposed me to so many awesome things with Sologenic, Corium now, so many things that I didn't know about. I had no clue. I didn't know anything about Sologenic. I didn't know anything about XRP, to be honest with you. I didn't know anything about XLM. I didn't know anything about any of those tokens on XLM, the Lobster wallet. I didn't know about the Zoom wallet on XRP. I didn't know how awesome some of those networks are to transact on. I mean, they're super lightning fast.
They're so fast.
They're free.
So cheap. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like a breath of fresh air when you come from Ethereum, and that's all you knew, and that's all I knew. I only knew Ethereum and Bitcoin and the major shit. But this is all. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there if you just if you just open to it. And I don't like the whole closed mind type of environment that some of the HEX community kind of creates. And there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of we don't want to talk about any other tokens and any other opportunities. We can only talk about Richard Hart's. Well, we're not like that, right? We're all about
we
talking about the good stuff.
We don't hate on bags. If you make money on a bag, I mean,
we're not in here shilling shit coins.
No.
What we are in here is talking about real products, real partnerships, real world development. I mean, this is the stuff that we bring here in this show is all the best stuff that we find, basically.
Yep, 100%.
You're
I'm trying to
some stuff. I'm just gonna
try to find Zinfin. Here we go. So the XDC right here, these guys. There's another.
They're on the World Economic Forum list already, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a lot. So these guys are tied in with
XDC
financial messaging, and that's like a $19 trillion industry. And these guys are at the heart of it with Casper. These guys are partnered with Quant. I mean, tied in with the World Economic Forum. Like, this is the stuff you want to start looking at in the bear market. Really, take a look at the ISO 222 standard. See what these projects are going to have to start doing to, adhere to basically the new laws that are coming for cryptos. I mean, you're either going to be using carbon neutral blockchains, or you're going to be paying fines. I mean, we've taught, Zinfin, these guys are another layer one that I think is a sleeper. It's like another 3 cents, something like that.
Yeah.
Why is out of all the coins that are out there, why is XDC, why are Casper, why are they at Davos with Ripple, with the World Economic Forum, with the IMF? I mean,
explain to someone who might not know what about Davos.
So Davos is basically a meeting that is the most important people in the world. The Saudi leaders and international, International Monetary Fund, Klaus Schwab. You got basically, if you are somebody, you're there, and there's no media allowed inside. So whatever they're talking about inside there does not get discussed in the news anywhere. But there's certain cryptos that were there. So when you see that Casper, XDC, XRP, XLM, a certain select few keep showing up.
Yeah,
there's a reason. So we try to stay on top of the Ripple lawsuit, on top of what's going on with the IMF. These guys are demonic, but unfortunately they call the shots.
Yeah,
Algorand is another coin that we really like. These guys are. People talk about Bitcoin.
Hexographer, why are you yelling, bro?
Yeah, trust me, it makes you mad when you start seeing what these people are doing. They are evil. They're not.
Oh yeah.
They're not.
Oh yeah.
It's bad, but So, all right, here we go. Next giveaway. Who, if anyone knows what country is using Algorand right now, I will give you 555 hex. I know there's 2 of them that I can think of right now. And one of them is using Bitcoin. The other one is a CBDC pilot. And
this is your next giveaway.
This is the next giveaway. Right, anyone on here. Algorand, these guys, they just partnered with FIFA to do NFTs for the World Cup. And also, I'm not going to say it right now until we get someone in the crowd here who can answer that question. And as soon as someone does,
type it in the chat.
Almost.
Marshall Islands.
I don't know if that's the one that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking,
but
it is. I'll give you a clue. It is an island. And the one other one is in
Okay,
in territory of
Nathan.
Brazil.
The question is what country is using Algorand right now?
Hexographer. Bingo.
You got it.
That's
That's the one.
Yes.
And how are they using Algorand?
Yeah,
Tell them, Adam.
that Shiva wallet there, the Bitcoin wallet, it runs on Algorand because
everybody
Bitcoin
knows
is so
so
slow.
slow. There's no way that Bitcoin's network could ever support a country or anything using it, in that type of way that they're trying to use it. No way that Bitcoin network would support it. So that's where Algorand steps in and provides that service for them. So these are all little tidbits that people don't really connect these dots a lot of times. And you may see headlines about El Salvador Bitcoin, but you don't really think about any deeper than that. Like, how are they using Bitcoin? What does that mean that it's now gonna be legal tender, or whatever? What does that mean? A lot of people don't really think about what that actually means for them and how that's going to be executed, and that's where Algorand comes in. They're helping with the execution.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're doing some pilots with the Bahamas and stuff too.
Cool.
So just see, Hexographer, reach out to Lindsay the Hex to get on Twitter. She will get your information. So these are just some other things just to keep an eye on that we've been looking at: XDC, Quant, Casper, HBAR, basically all the coins that are on the. I hate to say like that ISO standard, but it's
there's a reason they're on that standard, and it's going to be they're obviously going to be major players, and you can't. You can't ignore that.
All right, Mobius, Marshall. Yeah, all right, Marshall Islands. All right, so who was the Hexographer? All right, Mobius. Oh shit, Mobius is definitely all right. We got to hook up Mobius with a giveaway.
All right, so
Marshall Island, Mobius.
So we'll give it to Hexographer and.
Mobius. You just got 555 hex. I didn't even know that the Marshall Islands using it. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Look at that. And
there we
learned
go.
Something too.
We all learned something today. Exactly.
I love it.
So so on the list here, what other ones do we like? HBAR, obviously. XCN, I like them. I haven't talked about that. Will in the future. IOTA, Gala for sure. Algorand, XRP. Engine, really like them. Cardano, Curve, really like them. Filecoin, they just signed a partnership with Lockheed Martin for all their cloud storage. So Filecoin at like $5-6 a coin. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So they're Filecoin and Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin was up where I was at Tech Park.
This coin is down. On the year, I don't even want to know what this is down. 90%.
I do. I want to know.
Jesus. 91% on the year.
Wow.
That's crazy. So let's see what.
Is that year to date or that was the 1 year?
Yeah. So let's see. So year to date, these are the best performing coins still. So, we got Gala up 700%.
Yeah. Gala and Sandbox and Axie, they all, and Mana, Decentraland, they all had they all pumped pretty hard there for a while in the gaming when the gaming started becoming big,
Yeah, XCN. This was that other blockchain that I've been kind of keeping an eye out, but I don't know. It kind of seemed like it had an artificial pump, so I gotta look into that more. But
we definitely had a dead cat the other day, right? What was that, like 2 days ago or yesterday?
Yeah,
we had a little bit of action in the market, but I had a feeling that wasn't going to stick.
No, it wasn't.
I think we got a lot more to go down. I really do.
I think so.
I think we're going to go further.
I don't know how this looks good.
It definitely.
I don't know what in this chart looks good. We're going down, 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 making lower lows. We'll see. Holy shit, we are at, I thought we were 18.4. I mean, keep an eye out for it. I mean, I think Celsius's liquidation price is 14 now for Bitcoin, 14.4. So if we start getting down towards there, we're going to go down to 10,000 fast, I think. And then ETH will I think
You think Richard's
7,600
right with his $10,000 Bitcoin call?
It's gonna be close, man. I something tells me that he knew this was coming down, and he was waiting to launch it because
that would have sucked, dude. If he had launched and into this, like if he had launched, say we launched in May, right before this crash, that would have fucking sucked.
Exactly. It would have been bad
because everybody's bags would have dropped hard. The same fear that's affecting everyone right now would have affected everyone on Pulse Chain. People would have been dumping it left and right. It would have probably looked like it was not doing well because it probably wouldn't have been doing well for, even though.
I mean, if you go back and look at what if you sacrifice for Pulse X, Ethereum was $3,000 a coin. Binance was $500 a coin. I sacrificed 4 Binance coins for Pulse X, and I got over $2,000 for it. Right now, I mean, what's Binance? I think it's under $200.
Yeah.
So that would be $800 right now, and I'm getting, let's see, $195. So $780.
Wow. I would have dropped under $200,
and I got credited $2,000. So I got saved over $1,200 in Pulse X by sacrificing.
Yeah.
So he saved you in many ways,
Yeah, think about that. When a lot of people sacrificed, I mean, Hex was at right when
20
Pulse
cents.
X started. Yeah, it was at like 20 cents and it pumped up to like almost 30, I think, the first day or first or second day of Pulse X sacrifice. I think pretty sure we got up to like 33 cents or some shit.
Yeah.
Like we got up there pretty good for a day or two.
So that saves so many people too. So just think, if these prices go down more, if Ethereum goes down to like $700 and people that sacrificed a couple ETH, which was, $6-7 grand, now that couple ETH is worth 1,300 and you're getting credited for that much. I mean, that's
a big
there you go.
Man.
TikTok right there. That is a
hell yeah,
great,
TikTok.
That is amazing, bro. That's exactly. That, and Hex staking saves yourself from selling Hex for reasons you think a Luna is going to happen when, this is just part of the game. Yeah. This is the bear market. This is when things get ugly. This is when you double down and you do your research and, try to find those winners. Reach out to us if you're looking at coins. If you're not sure, is this coin a scam or not? Ask a question. People are here to help you. That the worst thing you could do is not ask and just be like, I'm scared to ask someone and get wrecked. I bought coins on Binance where I wasn't paying attention and I put the ticker in and I clicked the second one down by accident and I bought it. And as soon as you do that, when you go to sell it, there's something in the contract where you can't sell the coins. You're just stuck with it. So you make a purchase and now you can't sell the coin. I don't think it was some like Batman Robin Inu or some junk, but it's just, it happens. And
it does,
somebody
call in.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah, all right, that's what we'll do. So we gave what? Mobius, Hexographer, and
I forget. Oh, Hex and Hex Down Under.
Hex Down Under. All right. So the first, whoever calls in this number is we got 2 more giveaways to give away. So first one to call in here.
First one to call
is getting 555 Hex. So whoever wants that, hit us up. It was the only shit coin that didn't look like stacks. No brainer went with RH product. Smart man. And now that would be down tremendously if you had held on to it.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a good spot, hopefully no one here went crazy. Went all in, took out a credit card to buy something, everyone's been preaching, be careful, dollar cost average, be smart. So
don't put them in more than you can handle, man. Like everybody, like I know you look at the prices. I know me. I would love to buy like as much as I could of so many things right now, and I just can't. I don't have the money, so I can't do it. I can put a little bit in here and there, but I'm not going to wreck myself financially to buy some crypto. You know what I mean? That's just irrational.
Hello.
Hey, it's me again.
Is this Sandra again?
Oh, you love.
Hey,
It's an easy
man,
555.
she's gonna just retire and just start calling us every week.
I love it.
That's my plan.
Hey, well, I mean,
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I really appreciate you guys. You talk about things that are really of value that help people who are freaking out about all this feel better.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're trying to. There's no reason to freak out, panic. I mean, listen, it sucks seeing your value of your portfolio dropping. I mean, nobody wants to see it, but you don't need to act on it. Hopefully nobody needs to like go sell things right now. If you can avoid selling anything right now, you gotta avoid it at all costs.
Then you don't lose.
Yeah, then you don't lose.
You only lose if you go on the low.
That's
Right.
it. That's the thing. A lot of people just fail to really focus on. I didn't lose anything yet. I'm still just watching.
Yeah, and when
I couldn't believe watching all those big sales, those major sales go through. It's like, what idiots? Why give it away like that? But thank you.
Right. Totally.
Yeah, I just saw today the T-share rate went up, so someone obviously nuked a stake.
People have been nuking stakes left and right. Because I mean that payout's been over 6. It's been at like 6.2 lately now, almost every day. So people have been nuking stakes left and right, and it's great because it's just all part of the transfer.
Yeah.
I love it.
You guys probably got thousands of stakes, right?
No. If we did, we wouldn't be here right now. I don't think we would have our a custom studio with fancy lights and stuff in the bay, shields and what all we're
just regular dudes.
Yeah, we're the lowest of stakes right now.
I love that.
We got Hex-Ray Vision is the mediumest of stakes, and Richard's the highest of stakes. So we're the lowest,
Oh, somebody's got to be the lowest of stakes.
But thank you for calling in, and hopefully, we can provide value or at least open up some eyes to other things that are going on that we've seen. I've made every mistake I think possible in crypto over the last 4 years. So, if we can prevent someone else from making that mistake or, just asking a question or just not doing what we did, that's what we're here for.
Right. Well, I will continue to promote you because I think you offer a valuable service, and thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Thanks, Sandra. Thanks for being a loyal follower for all this time. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, we can't without you and other people here, we can't do it. So thank you for continuously being here while we're small and growing, and it means a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we will send you out your HEX this week, and now you got your pulse pot that you sacrificed for. So things are good for you in the bear market so far.
That's what you do.
It's a good day.
It is. Well, thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you for everything. We will get you out your HEX, and we'll probably talk to you again next week.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Good night, Sandra.
Good night.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, bear market now is, you don't have a lot of money to play with right now. Everybody's kind of still probably feeling the shock from, where you thought you were financially, and now you realize where you really actually are. And there's going to be a little bit of shock involved with that. Maybe some of the plans you had for some of the money you thought you had, now you can't do some of those things, and it sucks. and it's definitely an adjustment. But at the same time, you just got to take it for what it is, and like just start throwing a little bit of money in. You know, throw a little bit of money at something. DCA is the way to go. It's been proven mathematically the best way to invest in pretty much anything. DCA. You don't have to think about, oh, I got to buy a huge bag now the price is down. It takes all that stress out of it if you just approach it with, I'm going to put this amount of money in. If you got a little more money a certain month or week, well, you can put a little bit more money in that time. But just think about and put in what you can afford to put in, and you don't wreck yourself. Then you're good. None of these things affect you. You don't have to care when the price is dropping like this. You just think, all right, well, I like this coin. I know it's a good asset. Just like with me with HEX, I know it's a good asset. I know it's a good product. I know it's going to succeed in the long run. At least I think it is. It's my opinion, and I think I'm gonna continue to buy when I see fit. I'm gonna continue to periodically put more money into it, and same with Solo. Solo's another one that I like to constantly DCA into. Solo's great, man, and Sologenic has been holding up pretty well.
Yeah, 100%.
They've been sitting at 21 cents for like I think like 2 weeks. They've been sitting at like 21 cents. They haven't moved.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're pretty solid. Are they still at 21 cents?
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, I looked at it earlier. Yep, and I mean, Corium is just sitting there too.
So 19.
19.
All right, so they dropped a couple cents now.
It did. It was at
Oh wow, yeah. So there was a bit of a sell-off there.
Yeah.
So, but still,
even
even 19 cents ain't that bad.
Yeah, it's opportunity. This is
I wish that when I first started buying Solo, it was freaking 19 cents.
Yeah,
I would have a giant bag.
We started getting it at like 40.
Yeah,
and
still under $1. And
Yeah.
for a long time, it was a great entry.
Mm-hmm.
Now obviously everybody's great entries have been blown out of the water. But,
But it is if you didn't get the airdrop, if you sold before the airdrop and didn't get that December snapshot, that really hurt. But I think it's not going to be long, man. Look at this. We're already down. I know this is raw. I know it's about 600,000. So they're close to burning almost 1 million already, and they haven't even launched the NFTs yet. Once they start tokenizing stocks and all that opens up, they're going to be burning so much Solo. It's going to go up. It can only go up. And, it's exciting times in the future, man. Just anyone that doesn't know about Solo, they're going to be at PulseCon. We're going to be there.
The guy that was there, where was T Money when he met up with that Solo guy?
I think he had him in the studio in Vegas.
So that was really cool.
Oh no, he was in Miami. He was in Miami.
Miami, that's right.
Yeah.
That was anybody that caught that T Money, from the HEX community, the guy, that was really instrumental in the Vegas meetups thus far, and he just like ran into this Sologenic guy when he was in Miami, and they did a little bit talking about Sologenic, and T Money was talking about Pulse Chain and PulseCon, and he said the Solo guy said they were going to be at PulseCon. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The two are my two biggest communities that I'm a part of. I'd say that HEX and Solo are like my two biggest bags. And I thought that was pretty cool that there was like a little meeting of those two, tokens, two communities there like that.
And there's staking for that's coming for Corium too. So we're getting our airdrops now. We can't do anything with it, but we're gonna be able to stake it very soon. So, I was just looking at this. I mean, this is what so the DEXs are gonna look like on Sologenic. I mean, you're gonna be able to literally sell stocks right here as 24/7 as if they're cryptos. I mean, there's gonna be 40,000 of them. And every single time, so the global financial markets and crypto are connecting with the XRP ledger. So people around the world can tokenize different assets securely. So every time one of these assets gets tokenized, put on here, and traded and sold, portion of Solo is being burned, just like Pulse Chain is deflationary.
Right. Just
So-
like the way Ethereum does it now too.
Exactly.
After EIP 1155, I think it was, they started doing was it fee burning? So
Yep.
are they fee burning? Is that what they
Yeah,
burn?
yeah.
So they're burning the
Every
fees.
transaction, yeah, they burn a portion of the fee. Exactly. So they're already at like 600,000 burn. I mean, and this
Just
stuff.
think when there's like a lot of
I would say
activity,
I would say 5% of their stuff is unleashed right now. I mean, all of this commodity trading, ETFs, 40,000 stocks, 30 global stock exchanges. You know,
So just think about this, guy. This is what it clicked for me. Like when I was thinking about Solo, is like, so think about your stocks, right? You can't really do anything with this. Not really. You can't do anything with the stock market after the bell rings. That's it. Trading is closed for the day. Everybody knows this, right? So you're limited to regular business hours, Eastern Standard Time, right? That's what you got for stocks. Now you got other markets, you got London, FTSE, Hang Seng, Hong Kong, like there's other markets you can play around in if you want to, but those are for the savvy investors that most of us are not, right? So think about what Solo's doing now. They're going to take, say you want to buy Tesla stock, you're going to be able to now, they're going to tokenize that stock. They're going to make it available on their DEX. Now you can buy Tesla stock 24/7, just like you can buy Ethereum or any crypto for that matter on Coinbase or on any exchange that you want. It's gonna be the same thing. Now Solo's giving you exposure to all kinds of things you never had exposure to before. How do you go and buy exposure to friggin' crude oil? I have no idea, but I bet we'll be able to do it with Sologenic.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then you'll be able to spend it right off of a debit card. Right here. If you have a certain amount of Solo, depending on how much you hold, I think it's like 1,000 Solo you need for the lowest one. Or no, 500 Solo. That's $100, not even. You get your card, and now you can spend anywhere around the world right out of your wallet that is on your phone. So I mean, there's so many cool things happening to be stuck.
That's a big innovation right there, man.
It is. That's huge.
It took me a little while to really grasp like how big Solo's idea really is, and like now to watch their execution of it. I mean, they're doing an awesome job, like getting everything rolled out, and like the airdrop, and then you got Corium on top of it. I love Solo.
Yep.
I love it, man.
And also too is the licenses that they're getting. These guys, the partnerships, it's all coming together. I'm gonna, really try to meet them and have a talk with them out in Vegas at PulseCon. That's something that I'm really trying to do.
We've been talking about Solo since December.
Yeah. Right? We found this early. It's just different, and the use case for it and the people behind it, Bob Ross and David Schwartz, and these are early. David Schwartz is an early Ethereum guy. There's certain people that have just been around the game. Richard knows everyone in the game. He behind the scenes, he knows what's going on. It's a small world right now in crypto.
Oh yeah.
And everyone knows everyone. So, when you see stuff happening that no one's talking about, there's probably a reason for it. And when you're being shilled meme coins and, it just all the garbage out there, we've kind of learned how to sift through it and keep our eyes on stuff that looks promising, and we'll continue to, keep.
Gotta sift through the bullshit, man. There's a lot of bullshit to sift through for sure. And hey, I wanted to comment about who was it? Unimax. Throw that my other friend comment up there. So Unimax, what's up? So yeah, I see that. This is what I like to say when it comes to that. So say someone that bought HEX at 50 cents, right? That sucks. Because right now it's at 3 cents, and that sucks, right? You're down a lot. Okay. and you're down a lot, and you bought something that everybody was, you probably saw people raving about, oh, it's going to this and that, and we all really thought it was. Like, I didn't see anything slowing down at that time. I really thought, like I was just as much of a moon boy as anyone else at that time, because we were pumping like crazy, man, at that peak, right?
And it was so artificial
nuts.
looking back.
It was so ridiculous. Like that was such a an unhealthy pump, man. It was just like super friggin' way too fast, and we're paying for it, man. That's what we've been doing for the last 8 months. You know what I mean? We've been paying for that pump.
Yep.
So, but my point was, someone who bought there, right? Or I mean, there's people I got in there, they paid 30 cents.
Yep.
They bought a lot, and of course you feel bad, but. And this is going to be like a stupid sales. It's going to sound like a stupid sales pitch, but it's true. Okay. Someone who bought really high like that, if you buy right now, right, and you buy some right now, so you just cut your entry price in like half, or whatever it is, because now you get to average your 3-cent buy in with your 50-cent buy.
Yep.
And now that just made your entry price like more like 20 cents or whatever.
That's mentally that is so big for people. Just when they can mentally look down and it's less pain, it's crazy what that does for your psychology.
So yeah, you bought the top, but then you also bought the bottom. So now you're right where everyone else is. We all bought the middle. You know what I mean? Like I didn't buy the bottom of HEX. I bought, out low. I bought under a penny, but there's lots of people that bought way lower than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did well with it, and I took profit along the way, as you should. I always advocate take profits, man, along the way.
Exactly.
Don't set yourself up to be one of these hodlers that's got to hold at all costs. No, you don't. I mean, don't don't honor the terms of your stakes. Don't EES, but there's nothing wrong with taking profit along the way, man.
Like with Sologenic, like what this coin did when it ran up from right here from 10 cents, 6 cents to $6. There's nothing wrong with selling on the way up on here. You want to do that. That's healthy. Take some profits. You want to sell on the way up here, 10%, 10%, 10%, and then 10%, 10%, 10% on the way down. So you average that way you're averaging, up and down, and you're not getting wrecked, and you still have a position left.
DCA in, DCA out.
Exactly.
You do the same technique going in and the same technique going out.
Exactly.
You don't have to cash out everything all at one time, because if you're doing it on Ethereum, first of all, you're probably going to hit slippage. You're probably going to hit, if you're trying to cash out, market sell stuff. It's never really works out as well as just kind of gradually exiting.
No,
it's always better, I've seen, to just do it gradually. Also, it raises less red flags with your whatever government you might have to deal with. For us, the IRS doesn't like it when we do things over what is it? I think it's 25K or something, or I forget what the number is.
10,000 cash.
Certain transactions over whatever the number is, I don't know what it is, will trigger an immediate like you're going to be looked at a little harder right away just for doing that. So,
Mobius, yeah. Unless you want to average when the price is 8 cents, you want to average like 4.5 cents a coin. You could definitely market sell 5555555. But
yeah, dude. Did you guys catch that the other day? Dude, market sold, I think, or I don't know if he market sold. It might have been.
It did. It was a market.
It was
sell.
like 30 million HEX.
Yeah.
He sold like 30 million HEX. And what was weird? The price didn't even really move that much.
Mm-mm.
It was very strange, because that was about $1 million. I think it was like a little over $1 million worth of HEX at that time. It was like over 30 million HEX. Dude, I mean, why? Why would you do that to yourself? I mean, do they really think like it's never going to recover?
I mean, unless at that point, unless you have $200 million in HEX, I don't, and you're just like, whatever, I need this money right now, and it doesn't.
It just seems
I
like
I don't know. I
it
don't.
seems like there's so many other better things you could do than just totally drop your whole bag
Right.
at like what you know
Unless
is
it's
a
an
super
emergency,
low. Right?
I can't see. I can't
It's
justify.
just a very bad move. It really is.
It is,
I
but
mean, he
to
could have
each his own.
sold.
You know,
He
who
could have
knows?
sold like half of it. He could have sold, maybe 100K worth. Why did he have to sell the whole thing like that? I mean, that's
Honestly, I bet because he did not know better.
probably
He just had no clue.
I think that he probably saw that stake all along. And he watched it through those highs. He saw the value of that stake when it was probably worth, $100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no joke. Like, that's, I mean, what, 30 million HEX? Do the math at
Yeah.
50 cents. What's
15
that?
million.
I mean, so, he saw he saw that.
He lost 14 million.
Right. So he watched the value of that HEX drop, really significantly. So I'm thinking mentally, he just, and in his mind, he's already a multimillionaire. And then once it comes time and that stake's due, and now you only, he barely.
And you're living like you're a multimillionaire, but it's not on paper,
right?
And you're spending it all. And now
he's barely able to scrape out $1 million by selling all that HEX. He had to sell 30 something million just to get just over $1 million in cash.
Yeah,
and it's like that's kind of depressing, man.
Yeah.
Like, why do that to yourself? You don't have to take that loss.
You have to at that. I mean, so
unless you have to. I guess you don't have to until you do it. I guess, right?
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes you really do.
So I mean, someone could have been twerking in his face, and he was just like, "Stop twerking! I'll market sell." Who knows? But anyways, look, I'm just looking at the bubbles one last time. I mean, we probably will go down one leg lower. Like I said, if we go down to 14 and the Celsius liquidations happen, we're going down to 12, and then probably Richard will be right. We are going to hit 11. He's going to look like a genius. Pulse is going to launch, and then launching at the bottom of the bear market.
He wants to have called the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He wants to call the top and the bottom and then launch Pulse Chain as a fucking genius.
Exactly. Right during max pain, where he can say, "Look how much I saved you. If you didn't sacrifice, you're wrecked. But I saved you this much.
Yeah.
Look how many X's we're doing." And you got all the influencers sacrificing. We're gonna find out next week down in New York at the NFT.com meetup to kind of get the vibe and see who knows about Pulse Chain. People that aren't HEX kids that have never been, or even listen to a Richard Hart stream. It's going to be great to see, what they think, what they know, and it'll be a nice test
for free. Yeah, Mobius, exactly. What are you saying, Mobius, about the limit?
The limit, yeah.
Buy orders?
Setting limit orders right
there. Oh, there's like a bunch of limit buys set in zero in matcha. Is that what you're saying? To buy HEX, there's a bunch of limit orders.
Yep.
Big buy wall or something in there.
Yep. I think there was a huge wall. I saw it like 2.5 cents or something. But I mean, hang in there. We're not going anywhere.
Just remember, okay, here's what I like to think about. Think about all that money sitting in those sacrifice wallets, okay? Now, as we know, like, we can't have any expectations of what happens with those, right? You just got to kind of put it out of your head. What I like to do is think about how I just know that when I think about the fact that all the other coins in that sacrifice wallet got converted into stables except HEX.
Mm-hmm.
None of that HEX was sold, right? None of it, I don't even know if any of it has moved. They might have moved it around. Who cares? But the point being, Richard's sitting on, a lot of money from that sacrifice What do you think? What do you think he's going to do with some of that money at some point? He's not. If he was going to do it, he wouldn't do it now, right? Because if he injected money into something right now, it would just end up being exit liquidity. Because everybody would, oh my God, there's a quick pump. People would sell their whole bag, right? They they would, and it would get eaten right up.
Mm-hmm.
Any pump right now, it would get eaten right up by sellers and paper hands. They'd eat it all right up. But you bet your ass that when the time is right, Hex is going to start pumping like fucking crazy. You remember that I said this, and remember where it's, think about where it's probably coming from. You know, you can put the dots together. There's always wallets out there that I see. You know, once things start pumping, you're gonna there's always wallets that kind of pique my interest when I see them. You know, wallets that have like $5 million of USDC sitting in it, and all it's doing is buying HEX for for the last month. You know, you see that kind of stuff, and so you can kind of figure out what I'm implying.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly. He'll be pumping from both sides, I would think.
Yeah,
know.
What do you think's going to happen?
Yep.
What do you think's going to happen? You really think that some of that money is not going to end up back in HEX
with his own wallets, with his own fiat on ramps? I mean, he's replacing MetaMask. I mean, we're going for the slam dunk. So it's a good. This is a time you're going to look back on and either regret or thank yourself for.
Yeah, you're going to either think, man, I wish I bought more. Man, I wish I was more patient. Man, I wish I didn't do anything.
If anything but sell. Just do not sell now unless it's an emergency.
Remember, if
hold your bags.
And HEX for one thing, and you're just holding, and your stakes are buying a dip for you every day, right? That's all you got. That's all you got to think about. Your stakes are buying a dip for you every day. You don't have to put any more money in. They're already doing it for you. You're getting a little bit more HEX every day, or a lot of it more HEX, whatever you got. You got a lot of T-shares. You're getting a lot of HEX every day. Your T-shares are buying the dip for you, literally. Right. And if you just hold, I say this all the time. If you just hold whatever token you got, whatever you like, if you just hold it right now and you don't sell it, you're going to come out on the other side ahead of like probably 75% of the market.
And if you are if you are fed up with HEX, you're done with it, you don't want anything else, buy some Stellar, buy some Quant, buy some Algorand, buy some Cosmos, buy some HBAR, buy some XDC, buy some Casper, buy some Radix, EXRD. There's a lot of coins out. I'm not gonna say a lot. There's a handful. Filecoin, Lockheed Martin just partnered with them to do all their cloud storage. Lockheed Martin gets all the government contracts. They're not going anywhere. So when you see that stuff, take it with a grain of salt. But that's the stuff that gives me the confidence, gave me confidence in picking coins in the past that have been winners and still continue to do well.
Not financial advice. Yes, of course.
Of course, Sandra. This is not financial advice. We
Total entertainment.
We are we're a financial hotline.
We're a crypto hotline,
But yeah, man, this is a time where this millionaires are going to be made. You're hearing it all the time, but
everybody rolls their eyes when they hear people saying that right now. But do you think that all these like ETH whales? Do you think they became ETH whales by freaking buying the top? No, they did not. Nobody became a whale by buying the top. Nobody.
And I wish I had someone in 2-3 years ago to tell me, don't do this, don't do that. 3 years ago, there in 2020, 2019, there was nobody to tell you what to do. You couldn't hop on YouTube and
Richard was out there, but he was
But I mean, this is before I found HEX. Before I found, there was nowhere to go. So there's so much information out here now. There's so many people, communities that, it's a different time, and there are going to be multiple winners. we are the only crypto, but we're not. I don't like that. I mean, I get it. I totally understand it, but for what I do, I can't have that attitude. I can't. I need to understand other coins. I need to understand how other people approach this stuff. You can't, you have to be careful. People are, you know, they are very, very, I would say, not stubborn, but they hear something about a coin and they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to believe it's not what it is. And when you have people
Right,
double
like their
down on
buddy
that.
comes to you, their buddy
Yeah.
goes to one of your clients and says, "Oh, buy this, buy freaking SHIB or buy whatever," and then your client comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm interested. I want to buy some of this." You can't be like, "No, screw that shit. That's garbage. That's gonna, I mean, you can. You're not gonna probably make a lot of friends doing things that way. You want to give them your opinions, but you still gotta listen and be open to what they have to say and what they are interested in. You can't just shoot them down and tell them that everything they like is shit, and you now have to move all your assets into the things that I like.
Right. And
That's not how anybody works.
exactly. And someone, whatever, if we like our coins, if someone wants you to come and give them an opinion about a certain stuff, and you go in there and you're just like, sell everything for HEX. It's the greatest thing. And they go on and they look up HEX and they see Richard or doing something they don't like or whatever. It's people, they get certain people, it's not for everyone. So you have to have an open mind. There's going to be multiple winners in this space. We're going right now. I think we're at an $800 billion market cap. This thing is going to 5, 10, 20, $100 trillion. There's going to be so much money in this space. HEX is not even going to be competition for half these coins that we just talked about are not even going to, if HEX was around or if it wasn't around, it has no, influence on
they're
these
totally
coins.
different products,
Right.
In totally different categories.
Exactly.
So that's why you can have an open mind about this shit. You don't have to like only one thing. Like I think a lot of the HEX community got kind of in that whole that whole like the tunnel vision, or they put blinders on because I guess, there were a lot of people or a few people that got, they got taken advantage of by certain community members or whatever, that launched shitty things or, certain people that were shilling other copycats and, trying to get people out of the HEX community. So I guess, Hexicans in general got really defensive because of all that stuff, because they were watching some of their friends get wrecked or whatever. But that's kind of just the nature of the beast, you can't save everyone, right?
No.
So you just kind of look out for yourself and pick what, pay attention to what you think is worth watching, and that's really what it comes down to. There's a lot of good stuff out there. It's not just HEX, there's a lot of good stuff out there. But HEX is a great savings account, man.
It is.
If you make some gains on something else.
And the principles that HEX teaches you that you can apply to other coins are what separate you, what teach you how to own coins.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. It's down 80%. I'll throw more into it because I know what I own. If you can have that attitude, you're good.
If anything, HEX is a great thought experiment.
And IQ test too.
Right. It really is because if you can get it and you can get past all the noise, you understand that it's a very simple, very pure product that does exactly what it's supposed to do. Sure, you're earning more of the same asset, but I don't know why people focus on that like it's a bad thing. Oh yeah, well you're earning more of the worthless Ponzi token.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
right.
What do you ever earn when you're earning yield on something? You usually are earning it in the same asset that you're locking up. Like when you lock up dollars, do you earn your freaking interest in something else?
You get rubles.
You earn it in fucking dollars, right? That's what I mean. Like are you like expecting to get your yield and your interest paid in a different asset? What do you mean that you're getting more of the same worth? That's the whole point. You know what I mean? You're getting rewarded in the little HEX ecosystem. You know, that's the point.
If people are having this discussion with you, cut them out of your life. Just stop and just block them, because they will never get it.
I see on Twitter.
Yeah, but
I don't
those people they will never understand it, so they'll never get out of that level of just bickering. So they'll just stay there forever instead of just deleting Twitter and reading something.
Yeah,
they'll just Groundhog's Day over and over. So
if you can get past all that noise and just understand the principles, and all it is, it's just designed to make you delay your gratification, make you think more long term, and make you understand the rewards of doing those things. You are rewarded in very plain language and plain terms. You're rewarded for your patience. That's it. And it's done in a really cool way. And I think it's, it makes it fun. Staker helped making the leagues and, all the peripheral kind of stuff that came along with it, and the community, it's kind of all rolled into one to make it a really cool thing. It's going to be hard to duplicate, I guess, for a lot of people. But, that being the case, you use those same principles you learned from X, you can apply them to anything. You can apply them to your fucking savings account. Just, you can apply them to literally anything. Delay of gratification. It's a really important concept in life.
100%. Definitely agree. It's interesting, how many people can be thrilled where we are right now, and how many people are panicking. So it's on you to end up, or to decide where you're going to be on what side of the ship. But we know where we are. We're confident in what we own, and we are going to continue to do our thing. We're going to be down in New York Monday, spreading the word to as many people down there at NFT.com. And, like Crypto Mason's going to be down there. I heard he's a lurking Hexican. So if he's not, I'm going to, smack him around. I mean, say what's up to him, and, see who else is down there. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see this hat and ask about it. So we'll definitely be talking about that next week, how it went. I know Lindsay's going to be having an interview with, I think, Melissa from NFT.com on June 30th. So we're trying to, network with some other communities and, make friends out here and all network, and, we all grow together.
That's the way, man. That is the
friends,
way.
not enemies.
Also, when you're thinking about, like, how do I spread the message, and, like, how do I get out of my echo chamber? Reach out. Don't think outside of crypto, people. Like I was thinking about trying to get something going with the recovery community, like the drug and alcohol recovery community, because I know a lot of people in that community. I'm in that community, full disclosure. And I think that would be a great community to talk to about delay of gratification and a little more long-term thinking. And there's actually a lot of Hexicans that are in recovery, or in some form, in one form or another. So I was thinking, like, it would be great to do something to try to branch out into that community, because
special needs too, we were talking about.
Right.
That was another one that we were.
Now you're talking about people who maybe have never bought crypto in their life. Now you're talking about, a whole new set of people that you can expose to crypto and to, and to HEX and to Pulse Chain, and, that have never even thought about it for a minute in their life. That's how you get adoption. You got to think way bigger than just crypto, just Twitter. Think bigger than just reaching out to another community on Twitter, for to tell them about Pulse Chain. We got to think about reaching into other communities altogether, and telling them about crypto, and then telling them about the good crypto.
Exactly. I'm shocked at how many people don't know about Pulse Chain that I took for granted and thought for sure did. So I
Right.
think all of us need to just post about it. Go into other communities, just tag someone from Dogecoin, tag someone from some random ERC20 that you've heard of, and just it will work. It will get it in front of new eyes, and that's all we can do. Richard's doing his thing, and we'll kind of get a feel for what outsiders know about it next week. So we'll
Yeah, I'm
definitely,
interested to hear about the
yeah.
feedback from that.
Hmm.
See what see how many people are aware and thinking about getting involved.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you hope maybe Monday, who knows, Celsius could go, who knows, things are
Yeah.
happening so fast, maybe there'll be some black swan event.
I'll tell you, I'm
Next
always a
week, who
little
knows?
nervous when I wake up lately. Just to, when you wake up and you go and look at the whatever your site is or whatever your charts are. I'm always a little bit nervous these days to see where we stand when I wake up.
For sure.
I'm always wondering, one of these days I'm gonna look at it and it's gonna just be zero.
No, it's not going to be zero. It might be close to it, but it's not going
Yeah.
to zero.
It
That's
won't-
for
it won't
sure.
be. I think we saw it was kind of funny. Like if you ever thought something could go to zero, and then you watched like what happened with Luna and with UST and stuff, mostly with Luna itself, and you saw like just how low things can go without hitting zero.
Yeah. And how fast too.
And how fast, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny because it just keeps dividing and getting closer and closer to zero, but it just doesn't ever hit it. You know what I mean?
Watch out for USDD next hitting zero and Tron.
Yeah, that's your little piece of advice. Anybody that might be in, hopefully none of the people watching are in on that shit. But
if you could short it, I would try to do that.
Yeah, and I would definitely stay away from Tether. That's the other tip.
Yeah,
not financial advice, but you can call it a crypto tip. Stay the
tip from the lowest of stakes.
Yes,
right here.
Lowest of stakes tip. Don't fucking use Tether because they're probably next. I'd say. Well, USDD might be the next one, but the next big one is going to be Tether.
Yep,
Celsius, I think everybody
Tether.
knows.
Yeah, and then Ripple's going to settle. That might be the turning point towards the end of the year, but that's so far away. We're gonna play it.
Are there any stables on XRP?
No,
there aren't. Are there?
No.
I just realized that.
Mm-mm.
No stables on
because
XRP.
they don't need to because they're on demand. They're instant liquidity, so you don't need a stable coin. If you have you have $1,000 over here trying to send it across the world into rubles, that XRP is the bridge asset that settles instantly.
XRP kind of is their
So
stable
it is.
in a way.
You don't need a stable coin with their system in a sense.
Interesting. Yeah, I just kind of thought about it. I never really thought about that before.
We're doing 3 to 5 second transactions versus 6-7 days.
Yeah.
So it's a new world coming.
They have them on Stellar though.
They do, yeah.
I think they have them on Stellar. I've seen them in Lobster Wallet and stuff.
Yeah. Their volumes are super low on them. So I don't know who's trading them. I think it just seems shady. I just stay away from anything that seems shady. Just stay away. There's no reason to even bother.
I definitely think people are starting to realize the whole if it looks too good to be true, then it probably is.
Yeah, 30% on your stable coins.
Yeah,
stay away.
Yeah, that's what kills me about people love to say, I mean, obviously HEX is a scam because the 40% APY. Who could possibly? How is that sustainable? Well, I mean, if you read the paperwork, you can see how it's sustainable. It's pretty easy, actually.
The hard part is understanding it, though. People don't have the brain power capacity to understand it.
But we're not talking about like staking a stable and getting 60% APY on a stable. We're talking about this is a speculative asset. This is an asset that we hold that value goes up and down. So, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty explained pretty clearly. Like where that comes from, and everybody loves to shit all over that inflation, but what other token has done it to where the inflation is given out selectively?
Pulse Doge.
I mean, I guess.
That's
Well,
all I
right.
can think of.
I mean, other than just like the way that
Hex and Maxi,
Bitcoin
maybe?
mines, and it's the only people who get that inflation are the miners. I mean, that's the only analogous situation.
Solo is deflationary now. I mean, so ETH is gonna do it, but they're still they're gonna be inflating. They're just reducing that number.
Well,
I mean, there's
ETH 2.0 is not going to be ETH 2.0 when it comes out. It's just going to be Ethereum.
Yeah,
that's what people people think about it like it's a different Ethereum or something. Like when ETH 2.0, it's going to like exist next to Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's not going to be two different things. It's just going to be Ethereum,
and it's going to be around 2027 too.
You think that's when that's going to happen?
Yeah,
27.
By the time they're fully done with it, yeah. Vitalik said 6 years.
Wow,
like months ago, and look at this latest upgrade. I mean, they can't even get the supply down. So we'll see. You know, this software, who knows? I mean, Pulse Chain might not launch for 2 years. We might be looking like idiots right now. You never know.
It might be.
It could be.
Could be 2 years, guys. Buckle up, man.
Yeah.
We could be in a bear. We could be in a bear the whole time, for all we know. I mean, we don't know. This is all uncharted territory, man.
Yeah. Or Tether could collapse in a week. You know, Ripple and that stuff settles in 6-8 months, and we have a huge Elliott Wave 5 is the end of this year, and it was just a extended out cycle because of all the nonsense printing 2 years ago. I mean, there's so many. I watched so many different analysts from Elliott Wave to Fibonacci levels, just all over the place, and everyone makes an argument that's right. I really can't say, oh, this guy's right, this guy's wrong. So they all make great points. So just you got to be ready for everything and anything. And when you think something can't happen, there's no way it will happen. So that's my biggest piece of advice, I would say, I've learned.
Yeah, and hold on to your keys.
Yeah, don't give them away.
Don't use freaking services like Luna and Celsius, and just don't use them, man. There's just
And if you do use money that you can lose. If you're doing stuff like that, make sure it's with money you can burn. It's not with money that you took debt out on.
People lost a lot of money, man.
Yeah,
people lost a lot of money.
Hey, we all did, but we're gonna get it back. It's all on paper right now, so
no doubt.
Just the times are gonna be great in a year or two. Not even less than that. This is gonna shake out all the garbage, and we're gonna do big things.
Do we have one more final giveaway to end on?
Was that the last one, right? If you want to pick someone out here, I mean, if there's anyone in here that does not own HEX, let us know right now. And I saw.
Do we have any non-hexicans, non-hex holders?
Who is it? Highlight 32. If you own any HEX? If you don't, reach out to Lindsay so we can get you in the HEX community. There's a couple new names in here.
T-Bird's he's here for $0 HEX or $1 million HEX. I love it.
Exactly. That's what we're here. Exactly.
Fuck yeah, bro.
You have HEX. Awesome. Well, if you anyone that doesn't have, all right, how about the first person that reaches out to Lindsay that knows someone in this stream, or someone in this stream reaches out to and says, hit Lindsay up, reach out to her, we'll send you HEX. So we'll leave it open to someone that actually knows someone that they want to get into the HEX community, or someone that deserves to be a Hexican.
Yes, Sandra, I'm tired now. You are correct. I am wrapping up. That's why I was starting to just wrap it up.
Yeah, it's good.
I am freaking about to pass out over here.
Yeah. So anyone, shoot Lindsay a message if you know someone that deserves to be a Hexican, or that deserves 555 HEX, and we'll shoot it out to them. So
good stuff.
That's all. Yeah. I think we'll be asleep if we stand here any longer.
That's right. Time to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for being with us. That was fun. Did a little couch
Yeah,
Little couch stream, couch chat.
for sure. Next week we'll be back in the mediumest of steak studios. We'll step it up from the lowest. So
Yes.
we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here, everyone. Peace out.